Yeah. So the first piece is called The News. Listen, before I go on, I want to say that you are a freshly spackled wonderful. Your smile is a living show home community, and your eyes welcome people at the door and offer them a brochure. Your nose is a perfectly fitted bungalow. Its glasses are not going anywhere, like old money. Your eyebrows are a majestic eagle that soars overhead on still gliding wings that flap once, just once, when I tell you the news. The news. I have to tell you the news, but before I tell you the news, just know that the news is not like your smile. It is not a welcoming street. It is a gated community that stares at people through a security booth. Its nose is narrow, sharp, and steep. Its glasses keep jumping off the bridge. But the news I have to tell you also soars overhead. It's just a different bird entirely. But before I get to the news I have to tell you, I just want to comment on how beautifully shaped your elbows are. They are bent perfectly like a corrugated aluminum rain spout. And your laugh is round and whimsical like the rock garden in a center of a cul-de-sac. So just know that when I tell you the news I have to tell you, you're going to want to walk out like the basements in units 11 through 15 overlooking the golf course. Because like your corrugated elbow, the news is easily bent. And like your whimsical rock garden laugh, the news, I have to tell you, is smack dab in the middle of everything. And the news, I have to tell you, just signed up to be the neighborhood watch. And even though you aren't really a threat, it's kind of itching to kill someone. So when you encounter the news, I have to tell you, maybe don't move too suddenly and put down your hood and keep smiling that block party smile. And just between you and me, like, don't tell the news I have to tell you that I told you this. But fuck the news, right? And I mean, the news I have to tell you, let's just agree to first acknowledge how perfectly you've staged the disposition of your living room, the living room of your disposition. And if your counter arguments are anything like your countertops, you have nothing to worry about with the news I have to tell you. But the news I have to tell you is I'm moving out at the end of the month to go live with the news. I'm sorry, I know it's just the news offered me an incredible deal. Everything's included, so I don't have to think about anything. I don't want to have to think about anything, you know? I don't want to have to worry. And I mean, I know I'm going to have to worry because I'm going to wake up every morning and there it is at the kitchen table, the news, wearing those pajamas, talking about the future. And of course I'd rather live here with you, but it's just... It's time in my life to start thinking about something a little more distant, you know, a little more removed, something a little further from the news, but closer to the news, you know. Thanks. I knew you'd understand. You always know how to take the news. That came out of a writing workshop, and I believe the prompt was things that you can go inside of, which I can't remember now how that translated to this, but I think we were supposed to personify, or I said something, and I was told that sounded like it was to a lover, and so I kind of thought in my mind that wasn't really where I was going, but I decided to embrace that suggestion and sort of take my love-hate with information and sort of talk about it from moving like from one secure relationship or insecure relationship to another one. And so I personified the news and personified whoever I'm talking to, and part of my truth is that there's a lot of information out there, and it can come from anyone now, which is both I love, but also I miss too when certain, I guess the news was always manipulated, but it also kind of used to come from one, I shouldn't say the news, but just authority and intellectualism seemed to come from one source, and now it comes from all sorts of places, which is great, but it's really hard to filter.